Welcome back. I'm Dani Ibarra, yoga therapist. This is Tom. Welcome back to part 3 of our 3-part series for lower back pain. So in part 1, we did lots of things to lengthen the lower back muscles. In part 2, we did lots of core and strengthening postures to help the lower back. And in this series, we're going to focus on tractioning the lower back. So a lot of what happens in the lower back muscles, I'm going to move these muscles out of the way. So what happens to the lower back when it's compressed is these discs get pushed out. So there's specific parts of the spine where it's most vulnerable. So in talking about the lower back, we have L4 and L5. L4 and L5 and L5 and S1 are the most vulnerable parts of the spine. This is the tendency, or this area is the tendency to bulge a disc, okay, due to compression. It's where the spine changes direction. So anywhere the spine changes is the most vulnerable. This practice is going to be to open up this lower back area, hopefully create enough space that over time with practice, if you continue doing this work, the idea is for those discs to eventually move back into place. So we're going to focus on massaging the lower back and the outer hips, and I'll guide you through the practice. So Tom, go ahead and make your way onto your back. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. And as always, we're going to take the first few minutes to simply get still and get quiet inside. Use this opportunity to connect back to your breath. So in our yoga practice is the perfect opportunity to help reconnect you back to yourself. Reconnect you back to your breath. You can start to tune in and notice how you're doing today, just physically and mentally and emotionally, without judging, just honoring where you are today. And I think it's important to always create an intention at the beginning of your yoga practice, because anytime you create an intention around anything you're doing, it becomes more powerful, more meaningful, and more sacred. So if there's something that you need today from this practice, you can quietly set that intention for yourself right now. And then collectively, we'll set the intention to create more ease in the body. To use this practice, create space so that you can move through your day easier and more free. So give yourself one more cycle of breath. Exhale all your breath out slowly. Do that one more time. Big inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty out. All right, let's bend the legs. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. And just pause here for a moment. So we give the lower back muscles a moment to respond. Again, we don't have to be in any rush. Practice being present and aware. Now interlace the hands behind the back of your thigh and stretch the leg up towards the sky. The leg may or may not straighten, that's not the point of the pose. Point your toes, and as you exhale, bend your knee, releasing. Now inhale, flex through the heel and straighten the leg up. So we're just getting some blood flow, some movement into the back line of the leg. Exhale and bend. Inhale, straighten, nice and easy. No need to force or push if you're tight. Trying to work right at that intelligent edge without going further. It's when we go over is when we get injured. And our yoga practice shouldn't hurt. Inhale, stretch your leg back up. And point the toes, exhale. This time, straighten your leg up. We're gonna incorporate the PUREWAVE massager into this leg stretch. So feel free to turn that dial up as high or as low as you'd like. Find the speed that works for you. You're gonna massage the back of the leg. You're gonna massage the front, the outer thigh. Just getting all the areas. Yeah, working into that hamstring. Moving into the front of the thigh. Maybe even up into the calf muscle, getting some blood flow up high through the leg. So just the fact that your leg is elevated, you're releasing the blood flow back down. This helps to increase circulation in your legs. Anytime we take the legs up and elevate them, the blood flow is moving the opposite way, creating more elasticity in the veins. It's also creating a sense of calm and ease to your nervous system. How's that feel?
Feels awesome.
Try pointing and flexing as you move through the calf. You might find that you're locating lots of knots and painful areas. Kind of work into those. And for those of you practicing with us at home, feel free. You can always pause and take longer with your massage. So I'm going to take that away for a moment. I know you don't want to give it to me, right? I'll give it back, I promise. Interlace the hands behind the thigh, and now just push your thigh into the hands. So make sure the elbows are nice and straight. You're resisting thigh into hand, hand into thigh. And just this traction through the thigh bone is helping to ease pain through the lower back muscles. One more cycle of breath. Resist just a little bit more. Nice. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Give it a gentle squeeze. And then place the foot to the floor. Good. Hug your left leg in. Pause here. Breathe. Relax your eyes, jaw. Relax your neck. Clasp the hands behind your thigh. Stretch the heel up towards the sky. So we're trying to access the muscles in the back through the thigh. Point your foot and bend your knee, release. Everything in the body is connected. Inhale, press up through the heel, lifting and resisting thigh into hand. Point the toe, exhale, bend your knee. Do that 2 more times on your own breath. Straighten up, and then bend. This time straighten your leg, hold there, and then you can add your massager. You're welcome. So a moment ago I said that we access the lower back through the work we do in the legs. So we tend to do, in the last series we did a lot of hamstring openers. The hamstring connects to the bottom of the pelvis. When it's tight, it pulls the pelvis out of alignment. When the pelvis is out of alignment, it directly affects the lower back. So what we're trying to do is loosen up the hamstrings so that the pelvis can come into just the natural anatomical alignment so that you're not in pain. And becoming aware of how you hold your pelvis is really going to make a difference in how your back feels. If you walk around tucking your pelvis, you are most definitely going to have lower back issues. The same with if you're overarching your back and creating a sway back in the lumbar spine. So ideally we want your tailbone to go straight down towards the heels. And of course, the core muscles need to be involved in order to maintain that natural alignment of the pelvis. Did you do your whole leg yet? Yeah? All right, I'm gonna take it away. You're welcome. Clasp your hands behind the back of your thigh, and when you're ready, you'll stretch your leg up towards the sky, and then work to find that nice even resistance where your arms are straight. It's not about pulling your leg close. I'm not worried about how high you can kick your leg. I want you to push the thigh into hands and straighten your arms. You'll feel an evenness right away come into your pelvis and your sacrum low back. So be here 2 or 3 more full cycles of breath. And bring the knee in towards your chest. Give it a gentle hug. And then place the foot to the floor. Good. Pause here. And breathe. So we're going to move into the next series of bridge pose work. So in bridge pose, you want to make sure there's nothing underneath your head. So remove any blankets off to the side. You want your neck to be on the floor. Good. You'll walk your feet in towards your sitting bones. You don't want to pull the feet too close to your body. So roughly ankle underneath knees. Feet are hip width distance apart. Now work to press your lower back down into the mat. So you're flattening out your lumbar spine. That's going to move the tailbone up a little. So on your next inhalation, lead with that tailbone and lift your pelvis up into bridge pose. Sometimes bridge pose is not a good pose if you've got sciatica pain. So you're gonna alter this and maybe don't lift your hips as high if this starts to fire up any sciatic nerve pain. So pain-free movements is what we're looking for. Okay, so drive your heels down into the mat. Now take your right arm up over your head. And let's keep the arm on the floor behind you. Good. All right, he's gonna lift up. The arm's gonna stay. As you exhale, lower one bone at a time and stretch that arm to the back wall. Visualize the whole right side of your body tractioning out, creating length. Press the lower back down. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. I want you to drive your feet down in order to lift your pelvis. Engage your buttock muscle. Exhale, lower down slow and stretch back. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, take the whole breath to rise up. Pause at the top for a moment so you feel what's happening in your low back especially. This is an opening back bend. And then we're going to traction it by lowering down and reaching back. That was 3, right? We have 1 more. Inhale, rise up. Be careful the knees aren't splaying apart. Imagine a beach ball between the knees and you're gently squeezing in. Exhale, lower down, stretch back. Once your pelvis comes all the way down, release the arm by your side. And just feel the work for a moment. And we'll come into the second side. Drive your feet down, inhale, lift your pelvis up and stretch your left arm this time overhead. If you have any type of shoulder injury and this flexion of the shoulder is not comfortable, I want you to skip it. Exhale, lower down and reach back. Good. Inhale, rise up. So your thighs, your knees are pulling away from your body. Exhale, reach back and lower. 2 more times. Big breath in. Feel your chest reach up towards your chin. Exhale all the breath out. Last one. So you're not only opening the spine, but you're also strengthening your hamstrings, you're strengthening your buttock muscles. Exhale, lower down slow. Good. Relax the left arm down by your side. Give yourself a breath or 2. And we're gonna end with just 2 more bridge pose with both arms overhead. Drive the feet down, inhale, lift up, stretch both arms up over your head. And notice with both arms overhead, maybe you can get the hips a little bit higher now. Now keep both arms there, lower down nice and slow, and reach back through your fingertips. So now both sides of the back body are getting as much length as possible. Do that one more time. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lower down. Slow. Well done. Release the arms by your side. And again, just simply feel. Notice. Separate your feet as wide as the mat and let your knees fall inward. So just this natural internal rotation that's happening in the legs, you don't even have to do anything, it's doing it on its own. You're creating space in the sacrum with the legs internally rotated. And just rock your knees side to side a couple times with the feet wide, just a gentle twist to release from that back bend. Great. And then come back up to center. Walk your feet together. Hug both knees in towards your chest. And then lower the knees onto the left side of your mat. Coming into a twist. Do a little bit of resistance work here. So the resistance work is helping you stretch muscles and strengthen them at the same time. So place the left hand on top of the outer knee or outer thigh, whatever feels comfortable. Now lift your right thigh up about an inch or so away from the bottom thigh. And then push the thigh and hand together. Yeah, so you're resisting. So you're stretching and strengthening, and then exhale, let it relax. Good, and again, inhale, lift and resist. Now stretch your right buttock bone down towards the bottom edge of the mat. That's gonna get in there a little bit deeper. Exhale, relax everything completely. 2 more times, inhale, lift. Hold this resistance. Feel what's working. Exhale, let it relax completely. 1 more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, let it go. Now engage the lower belly to bring the knees back to center. Inhale and center. Always twisting on exhale. Drop the knees to the right side. First, give your spine a moment to settle into the twist. Okay, hand comes to the outer thigh. On an inhale, lift your thigh up just a small amount and resist it into your hand. Your left buttock bone is reaching down towards the bottom edge of the mat. Exhale, relax. Inhale, lift and resist. Hold. Let it relax completely. Let everything go. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And rest. Last one. Inhale. And then let it go. Now roll onto your right side and just stay on your side for a moment. You can rest your head on your right arm, giving your body a moment to transition, and then you'll make your way to a seated position. All right, so for this one, we're gonna do a little resistance work on the outer thighs. So why don't you face outward? Yeah. So you can sit up on a blanket if you'd like, if that's more comfortable. You're gonna take the feet flat onto the mat. Now I want you to look at your feet and line the heels up with your outer hips. Okay? Your hands are gonna come right on the outside of your knees. Good, and then all of a sudden he lifted his spine. So you don't wanna do this all slouchy, even though it's comfortable to slouch, right? Sit up nice and tall. Open up the heart. You're gonna push your hands into the knees and press the thighs out. So you're not only just pushing the thighs out, but I want you to think of the whole inseam of your inner thigh moving to your whole outer thigh. Hold here, and then exhale, relax the resistance. And again, inhale, resist. Working to reset the sacrum, working to lengthen the spine. Exhale, rest. 2 more times, resist. Relax, resist, and relax. Now I want you to go ahead and slouch. Hug the knees, round over. It's hard work to sit up straight and tall. Those muscles have to work really hard because this is way more easier on the body than to hold yourself up. All right, Tom, come on up. Heel toe your feet about 1 inch wider apart. We're gonna do the reverse of this. So you're gonna feel this more in your upper back. So the elbows are gonna come on the inside of the knees. He's gonna push out with the elbows and squeeze in with the knees. Keep the chest and spine tall. You don't wanna slouch here. And hold. And just feel what that does in your body. And relax it. And resist. And release. 2 more times. As you're doing this, like I said, you're gonna feel this in your upper back. Try not to elevate your shoulders. Stay relaxed through the neck. Relax through the jaw. 1 more time. And release. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open and close a couple times. Just go up and down. This might feel good. Just releasing all that work we've just done. All right, when you're ready, you'll make your way onto your back. Feel free to pad the neck if you need to. All right, bend your legs. We're gonna come into our last pose, thread the needle. So take the right foot over your left knee. And then keep that right thigh turned out. So I talked a lot about this in my sciatica side relief and the previous video. When the hips are tight, the knee is what's at risk. So keeping the foot very active anytime you do any type of hip opener is going to protect the knee joint. Okay, Tom, so take the hands, interlace them behind the left thigh, and bring the legs in. Good. So relax your jaw completely. And start to move your legs just gently side to side. You'll notice that once the legs are over towards the left side of your mat a little bit, you're gonna feel a deeper, bigger stretch come into the outer right hip. So just easing into that right hip. Keeping the legs a little bit over to the left side. And send the breath down into your low back. Into your inner right hip. 1 more breath. Bring it into your outer right hip. Good work. Release the legs back to center. Place both feet to the floor. Give a little press to your thighs. So the heels of the hands push the thigh bones forward. Again, opening up that space between the ribs and the hips. Great, relax that. And we'll come into the second side. Place the left foot over the right knee. Turn the left thigh outward and flex strongly through the heel. Opening up that thigh. When you're ready, engage the core and then interlace behind the right leg. And same thing, gently rock side to side. Keep the legs over to the right side. Give a little press through the heel and breath down into where you're feeling tightness, where you're feeling the body resisting the stretch. And on the end of your exhalation, release everything down to the floor. Good. Straighten the legs out, or you can keep them bent if that feels better. We're going to come into our final relaxation pose, Savasana. So make sure you're comfortable and warm. Let the palms turn open. It's a sign of just receiving the benefits of your practice today. Give yourself a long, deep breath in through your nose. And exhale all the breath out. Take it again. Inhale, filling up. And exhale. Allow everything to soften. Gently deepen the flow of your breath. As you're ready to move, reach the arms up over your head, stretching your body nice and long. And as you exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Roll onto your right hand side. And when you feel ready, make your way up to a seated position. Place the palms together at your heart. Allow the eyes to soften and close. Visualize a tall, strong, open spine. Notice the flow of your breath. Notice if the chaos in the mind has settled. Thank you, sweet people, for joining us in this low back series. The next series is going to be focusing on upper back, neck, and shoulders, so I hope you tune in. You're not going to want to miss it. And then I do hope that you take me up on my 14-day strap challenge that I introduced in series 1. And please let us know any comments that you may have if you are taking that challenge. Bow your chin down towards your chest, really honoring yourself for this self-care time. May this practice bring you openness and ease and peace. Namaste.